Hey, you guys, welcome to this masterclass this evening. So, what I'm going to go through with you this evening is earning online with digital marketing. So, if you're new to my world, hi, I'm Joanna Holleran, and I'm a mum, I'm a grandmother, and I was blessed to be able to leave my HR job in 2021 because I'd replaced my earnings, and I now have multiple streams of income. And I take great pride in being able to show other people how they can do it too, especially, if you're in Ireland and you're in your 40s or older, how you can do it. Because I don't know about you, but I'm going to be super real and honest during all of this. I used to think that only people in America could do this. I used to think that they had opportunities that we didn't have. And, I'd see people, I'd be scrolling just the way a lot of people would, online, and just hearing success stories with lots of different things. And I'd be like, oh, well and good for them because they're in America, and not thinking for 1 second that I could possibly do it too. And it wasn't until 2020 when COVID hit that I just went, you know what, something's got to change, because at this stage, my daughter was getting older and I had a choice. I could either keep staying in a job that I did not love, I worked in human resources, or I could actually start learning. Because, while I might have looked at people in America and thought that they could just do it there, one thing that always stood to my mind is, if somebody else can do it, I can do it too, right? Like, if they can do it, why not me? Regardless of the country that they're in, because I don't believe necessarily that people have access to things that we don't have. I think people have knowledge about things that we just don't have. And especially with the way the world is going right now, in terms of AI being super present, and it really, speeding things up, and, putting question marks over certain industries and certain jobs. I think we're silly to not jump on board. I think we're silly to not take this seriously, and to really have a look and see how we can implement this for ourselves. So that is my intention for today, is that I want to go through this with you. So let me just open up my screen so I can share it. And there we go. Just 1 second. So any questions that you guys have, put them into the chat and let me know. Whether you're here with me live on Zoom or whether you are on YouTube, just put your comments in the chat. Even if you're watching it later on, let me know and I will come back and I will answer all of your questions. Okay. So I want to walk through what it looks like to really earn online with digital marketing, and what it means, because I honestly don't think that people fully understand what digital marketing is. The concept has been there for a while, and but it's being talked about more and more and more, especially I'd say probably in the last 18 months. There's more people talking about it, and understandably so, because there's more happening around AI and different pieces like that. However, I don't think people have a true understanding of it. And there's still certain questions I get asked on a regular basis, and they're always the same. Is it network marketing? No. Right, no. Is it just buying a course to resell a course? No. No, digital marketing is literally promoting and selling either your products and services or somebody else's products and services online. Digital just means online. Marketing is the promoting and selling of it. So it's like it's a concept. It's like accountancy, right? Accountancy as a career is a concept, but within accountancy, there's multiple ways in which you can do accountancy, right? There's bookkeeping, there's tax accountancies, there's corporate account. There's just so many different ways. I'm not even going to go into them. But let's get on with it. So I've earned over 230,000 with digital marketing. Now, when I say digital marketing specifically, because I do have multiple streams of income, specifically what I'm talking about is digital products. So my own digital products and affiliate marketing. So whereby I'm promoting other people's products and services and I'm getting an affiliate for it. So that's what I'm talking about within that, not the other streams of income. So who am I? So my name is Joanne, like I said. I'm a mum, I'm a grandmother of two gorgeous grandbabies, Oliver and Arthur, and I'm also a dog mum too. You might hear him, he's asleep here beside me at the moment, but you might hear him yapping in a little bit. He is a gorgeous Cocker Spaniel, but he is hard work, let me tell you. But I started all of this when I was 40. So like I said, COVID hit, and a lot of stuff had happened kind of before that, where you can say I was having a midlife crisis, but I just left a really long-term relationship, wasn't a healthy relationship, and I was just trying to figure out what I wanted to do with my life. Like I said, my daughter was getting older. That's her there. She was getting older. She didn't really need me, obviously, as much anymore. And because I've been a single mom to her for her whole life, I didn't really know what to do with myself, to be honest with you. I was like, what do I do now? But I knew that I was in a job that I didn't love. So I decided to take it upon myself to learn new skills. And I want to preface this by saying the courses that exist now to teach you digital marketing did not exist then in 2020, right? And I'm just sharing with you what I did. I am not telling you to do this. I'm sharing with you what I did. But in 2020, the very first course that I ever did was a Bob Proctor one. Thinking into result, loved it, but it was $6,000. And like when I think about it, I stopped subscriptions that were coming in. I sold a couch. There was lots. I got refunds on things just to be able to pay for it because I didn't have savings. And then I ended up, I think that year it was close to 18,000 that I paid on different types of mentorship to figure this out. Because like I said, courses that exist now did not exist then. So for anybody that is looking at the courses out there and either turns their nose up at them or, you know, has something negative to say, check yourself, right? And I mean this lovingly, but check yourself, because like I said, I had to pay thousands to learn what you can spend hundreds on today. And it stands to you, because whether we like it or not, like I said, the world is changing. AI is coming in thick and fast. And if you listen carefully to stuff that is being shared about, not even online, but on the news, listen to how things are coming into play. They're all around AI. So whether we like it or not, we have to get on board with the whole digital side of it, because it's going nowhere, right? So I was blessed to be able to leave my HR job at the end of 2021 because I'd replaced my salary, and I now have 7 different streams of income, including affiliate marketing and digital products, which I'm specifically talking about today. But I also have coaching, I've got speaking, I've got books. This year I've just added on YouTube and Pinterest. Those 2 are not making me money yet, and they will. Leads have started coming from them, but as in like monetizing them, it hasn't happened yet. And like, this is also feedback for anybody that's watching this thinking that things happen overnight. Can they? Yes. Do they normally? No. Like, you've got to put work into things. But I've made over 230,000 just from affiliate marketing and digital products. And now I'm super blessed to be able to show other women how they can do it too. My real mission in life is for women to be able to create abundance and freedom through entrepreneurship, because I think having changed my life the way that I did in 2020 and what it's meant for me and my family now, when I look at other women that are in jobs that just don't light them up, or they're in 9 to 5s that they can't stand, and like it's pulling them away from like what they really want to be able to do. I'm such a stand for this, for us to be able to do things differently. So life before and after. Okay, yes, is the money great? 100%. But is that really what has changed most significantly from it? Honestly, no. It's time freedom. And like, here's the before. Like, I was working 8 to 6 in HR, but that was before I even talked about the commute, right? Was I lucky enough to be able to work from home a lot of the time? Yes, but I still had the commute. And like, I was literally rushing home in the evenings just to spend a couple of hours with my daughter, which is not what life is. Joe, and like, obviously you have to ask permission for time off just to live your life. And for anyone that's like, you know, you're not really asking for permission, you're putting in holiday requests, somebody still has to approve it regardless, and they can take it back if they wanted to. And we were living paycheck to paycheck. Now, I want this to say this with a caveat. We were not broke. Okay. We were 100% not broke, but got to the end of that, like every penny was counted for, if that makes sense. Did we go on holidays? Yes. Like I said, we were not broke, but we were living paycheck to paycheck. Like I wouldn't have been able to splash out on anything luxury or like even a last minute holiday type thing, like just wouldn't have happened. Versus now, I get to travel whenever I want. I love my random day trips. In fact, I was looking at one last night to go to Spain. And I get to spend days at a time with my grandbabies, just not just at weekends. And last week, if you follow me on social media, you would have seen how much time I spent with my grandbabies in the last 2 weeks because they were sick. And it meant I could actually go and spend time with them, so that, you know, Leah didn't have to be taking time off work. Joseph didn't have to be taking time off work. And they were able to stay in their home environment and just be looked after. That to me is really important. And even be able to spend time with my parents that are aging, because it's not that long ago my stepdad had a heart attack and needed a triple bypass. And I was literally able to down tools, just come up, spend time with my mom, stay with her, because obviously she was devastated. She didn't know what to do. And being able to go in and out of the hospital and be present with the doctors, like, there are things that there are moments in time that nothing will ever replace them, if you know what I mean. And it was the same last year, actually. Harley, my dog, ended up needing to have emergency surgery. Horrendous week. If anybody is an animal parent, you will know, horrendous week. We honestly thought we were going to lose him. Because they couldn't operate with him until they figured out what was going on with him, but his vitals were so low they couldn't open him up to actually figure out what was going on. And then we were told that he probably wouldn't make it. worst week of my life. I didn't see anything that week other than the inside of that veterinary hospital, because I wasn't going to leave aside. And yet I was blessed to still have money coming in. Like, that's the difference that this has made for my life, you know? But in the next 35 minutes, so we spend about 35 minutes together, and you will make a decision, right? Because at the end of this masterclass, you will know whether or not digital marketing is for you. It's not for everybody. Do you know, like, if you don't want to put in the work, if you know you want something to happen overnight, this is definitely not for you. But I'll also go through with you the number one mistake that causes 90% of beginners to quit in the first 90 days. And I will say persistence and tenacity is really important with this. Like, if you really want to make a go of something, make a go of it. And I'll also walk through like why some people make 5K months plus and others don't make anything, the biggest mistakes beginners make, how to avoid them, and the exact choice you need to make in order to start today. So, disclaimer, the results from digital marketing that I'll be sharing with you today, these are not guaranteed. Okay, so no one can ever guarantee you earnings from a business. Nobody can. It's not a get rich quick scheme. Digital marketing is a business, and like any business, you will have to put in work. It's like you would not walk into a job and just assume you're going to get promoted, right? You've got to put in work. Any results that I'm going to show to you are what I and others have achieved, and they're to show you what's possible. They do not in any way, shape, or form indicate a guarantee. And I need to be able to say that, and I need you to receive that loud and clear. So you can make a decision right now whether or not you want to continue on watching. But here's my digital marketing story, so you can see it from start to finish. So 2020, I started looking, like I said, at different ways to be able to earn online. And I always share the different ones that I tried, because when it comes to digital marketing, there are so many ways in which you can set up your business around it. So you could do drop shipping, you can do affiliate marketing, you can have your own digital products, you could do Amazon, even Airbnb at this stage is kind of considered digital marketing, but you could do brand deals, you can do UGC, TikTok shop, like there's Etsy, there's so many of them. But the very first one I ever tried was drop shipping. It was literally flooding my Facebook page. And I mean, flooding my Facebook page. And I can tell you now, 100% was not for me, right? So in case you don't know what drop shipping is, it's like Temu is essentially kind of like, there'd be a version of that, right? Where somebody has the website, and like, so say you would have the website and you like attach to suppliers, and then you put like whatever products you want up on your website, and then somebody else, customer, will go buy them, but you are basically the middleman to be able to do it. I have ADHD. I am not techie at all. When I started, I did not have a laptop. I just had my phone, because I was one of these people that I just did not want to have a computer at home when I was already on one for work. I'm also one of these people that does not agree with having a TV in the bedroom, right? I just don't agree with them. So I was trying to do this from my phone. Now, add up all those pieces together is just not going to work. But I share that because I want you to understand that there is a system for everybody, and you have to find the one that works for you. If you are techie, by all means, dropshipping would be incredible. I am not techie, so absolutely not. Plus my ADHD, there's no way I was fit to throw my phone out the window, to be honest with you. The second one was my online coaching business, and I still have my coaching business today, like I shared at the beginning. Very blessed to have that. But that took a while to be able to build up in terms of clientele before it really gave me any sort of an income. So, you know, I needed something else if I was going to, you know, really be able to live the life that I wanted to. And that's when affiliate marketing came into play in 2021. I earned my first 500 plus euro, and it came from what I knew it as was a referral fee. So I don't know if you guys have ever heard of referral fees. I did not know referral fees were affiliate marketing. Didn't know that, nor did I know that affiliate marketing was digital marketing, right? The concept or the link between all three just wasn't there for me. So when I got the referral fee, I was very aware of referral fees because I used to use them in my HR job. If somebody would refer an employee in and the person got hired, we would give a referral fee. So I was very familiar with them. But again, like I said, it just didn't occur to me. But when the 500 euro plus came in, it was because a friend of mine had asked me would I share her coaching program, and I said, sure. Why not? Like, she's my friend, I trust her, of course I'll just be like, share it out. And then I got my first 500 euro from that. But it did make me go, is this an actual thing, or is it just because we're friends, right? I think a lot of people would have that question. So ADHD went down the rabbit hole and turned out it is actually a thing, and it's called affiliate marketing. And this is where it just started to snowball, because I continue with the affiliate marketing income streams and added on my own digital products. In 2023 and 2024, grew my own digital products to 700 students and continue with affiliate marketing. In 2025, my affiliate earnings and digital products growth was huge. Like it really surprised me at the speed in which it grew. One affiliate income stream in, I think it was a 6-month period, brought in 12,000, which was insane. Do you know what I mean? Like it just really surprised me, but it also was very fitting given how the world has changed. Like and I'll show you in a second, there is much more purchases being made online than there is of physical shops. Keep that in mind when we're looking at this, because when you have to go with like the consumer marketing, and if that is happening online, if people are buying online, then it makes sense that the digital marketing streams would increase, right? And then 2026 started off the first 4 days in January earning over 1,600, and March was over 4K, which is amazing. And actually I earned yesterday as well, being the 1st of April, which is really, really cool. So again, here's some of my own digital products. I like to be able to show them so that you can see what some of them are, what they look like. So there's various different ones that I have. Some of them are courses, some of them are bundles, like as in PDFs, some of them are recordings. It kind of depends. And then here's my digital earnings since starting, which is over 230,000 here. So it's a mixture of all the different ways in which they come in, just so you can see them. And then here's just a snippet from 2025, but I'm showing you these ones very intentionally because they're all different. Okay, so some of them is affiliate, this is affiliate, this is affiliate, affiliate, my own digital products, my own digital products, affiliate, my own digital products, own digital products, own digital products, own digital product, affiliate, right? So you can see that there's a mixture of them, but you can also see they come in at different times of the night, because I know that this is a question I get asked quite a lot is, you know, I don't really understand how it works. Okay, so I don't understand how people are saying they wake up to sales in their sleep. I want you to think about if you bought anything at Christmas time, right? Or if you purchased anything during Black Friday. You either went looking for something or something popped up when you were scrolling on social media. That person was not physically, whoever the seller is, was not physically online unless you bought it off a live, right? But they weren't physically online at the time that you purchased, but their product was still available for you to purchase. Okay, this is marketing. It was still available for you to purchase. That's how this works. And with digital, because it is digital, it means that the product isn't being recreated every single solitary time. It is created once and then multiple people can access it. But that's in essence how it kind of works. And then here's just 2026 results so far. So there's almost 10K on that screen, which is pretty cool. And again, these are a mixture of digital products, affiliates, digital products, affiliate, and one digital product, digital product, affiliate. So there's a mixture, right? But what actually happens when people try to start digital marketing? So ask yourself if this sounds familiar to you. Watch YouTube videos for 3 months, then you buy a cheap course. And you just assume that everything in there is going to be everything that you need. And you try and piece it together yourself. You'll post random content that has no strategy to it because you don't understand it. Make nothing and then quit. Right? This story is so, I can't even tell you how many times I've heard this story over and over and over again. And it's the frustration that happens when you see people talking about, you know, making money online, and then you're like, okay, well, if I just do what they do, or if I take the pieces that they talk about on TikTok or YouTube or Instagram or Facebook, whatever it is, I'll be able to figure it out myself. But it's the pieces that link it together that you need to actually learn, because they're the bits that are actually important. They're the marketing pieces, they are the promo pieces, they are the automation pieces. And it's not hard, but you need to learn it. But especially when it comes to content, you need to know how to create content that actually sells. And if you're my age, right, so I'm 45, I'm going to be 46 this year. This was something that I had to really grit my teeth with, was around learning to create content, because I was the eye roller that would have been like, I'm not doing that. That's a load of shite. Why would I do that? That's just for the young ones. But I will say, learning how to create content has actually been the most powerful thing that I've ever been able to do, because it has allowed me to generate sales. It has allowed me to pop up on people's pages when I'm like in bed. It's allowed sales to happen when I'm not physically present online. So I'm forever grateful for it. And it is the way that it's going. I don't know if any of you guys follow Gary Vee, if you even know who he is, but he's even talked about how social media is no longer social media. It's actually interest media. So it's things that are popping up in front of us on social media that we're interested in. So I already know that any of my posts to do with digital marketing are popping up in front of people that are interested in it. That's powerful. So when you can learn to create content properly, imagine the exposure you're getting. But let's look at the top 3 reasons why most people fail. The first one, and this is the biggest one, okay? They choose low ticket, low commission products. Let me be very clear on this. Low ticket is something in this context, I'm calling it something that's less than 100 quid. When I say quid, I'm talking about whatever currency you're in. So it could be euro, dollars, pounds, but low ticket. And then low commission, meaning that the commission is not in your favor, it's in the company's favor. Now, this is one of the most popular ways to do it. And it is backbreaking, okay? Because if you're selling something that's less than 100, let's say 100 euro, and the commission, they tend to be between 10 and 30%. Let's even take the higher end of 30%, right? That's 30 quid per sale. Now you'd be like, okay, Joanne, that sounds good. But if you want to make a 5K month, that's a lot of freaking sales that you have to make a week. Like I just broke some of them down here, like 258 sales per month, 64 sales per week. That's really hard for a beginner. You need to have, like anybody that's even looking at TikTok Shop, you need to have a pretty big following and an engaged following to make consistent sales. So in theory, it might sound easier because something is priced lower, but to actually make money that you can live off, like just do the maths, right? The math just isn't mathing, okay? Second one is they try to figure it out alone, which is really hard because if you've got no one to ask when you get stuck, if you're not getting any feedback on your content to know why it's working, why it's not working, you know, if you're not getting support when you want to quit, because we all do, right? It's the same way if you have a bad day in a job, we all know the conversations we've had at home, right? So imagine if you're running a business and you're earning online and you know, you're not surrounded by people that are doing the same thing. It's very easy to go, well, I'm just not doing this anymore, you know? Reason number 3 then is that they don't have a proven system. They're guessing, they're experimenting, and they're wasting months on things that they just don't know. Okay, we can't know what we don't know. But here's what it actually costs you. So what it really looks like is 6 months of wasting your time trying to figure it out yourself. I cannot tell you how many people have saved my posts on TikTok and still come back to me 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 months later going, I don't know what I'm doing. It's like, I know, and that's okay because you're trying to piece it together by yourself. So it really is just wasting time when you could be just learning it and just getting stuck in, to be honest. Spending 600 quid plus on random courses that don't work because you're trying to get little bits of everything that are cheaper and pulling them together, which actually ends up costing you more because you need so many more. And then hundreds of hours creating content that gets no results. The opportunity cost of not earning while you're fumbling around too. And the worst part is that you quit before you ever see a result, which is not fun. So here's the question you need to ask yourself. Are you going to go with option A, which is spend the next 6 to 12 months trying to figure this out yourself, make all the mistakes, waste time, money, and probably quit? Or do you want to go with option B, which is to follow a proven system that's created thousands of 6-figure and some 7-figure earners and learn from people that have already done it and start, like, have the opportunity to start making money before you learn? So if you've picked option B, let's get into it. Okay, so what is digital marketing? So I briefly explained this at the beginning and said that it is promoting products and services online. Okay, that's what makes it digital. They can be yours or they can be other people's. I personally do both. Now, I wouldn't suggest starting with both. Start with one. Okay, start with one and then use that, master that, and then add on more. That is the most sensible way to do it. Most people try and do too many at the one time and then they don't really get anywhere with it. Do one and master it. And like you can have multiple streams of income, such as like affiliate marketing, your own digital products, Etsy, Shopify, Amazon. There's so many, you guys. And like I said, you don't need them all. You just need to pick one and do it properly. So whether or not digital marketing is trustworthy is another one that comes up. And it always blows my mind because, like, even if you're being an affiliate for somebody else, like, we never question whether or not franchises are, trustworthy or whether or not they're scams. We never question, when we go into a shop and we buy, like, I just happen to have Tabasco here, right? So when we go into a shop and we buy Tabasco, like, the shop didn't make that. They bought it from somebody else in order to be able to resell it. You know what I mean? We don't question that. But yeah, we question this because it's new, right? It's not something we've done before. Therefore, because it's not a physical thing that we can hold, we question it, right? However, Forbes have done multiple articles on this. These are just some screenshots. Google this yourself and you will see they have done back to back to back to back to back articles. So many between social media, digital marketing, affiliate marketing, digital products, AI, like they've done a huge amount on it. And they've talked about how it's the highest paying, highest growth, top in demand skill right now. And it's set to become a $1.5 trillion industry by 2030. That's 4 years, you guys, 4 years away. And given the speed in which AI is going, I can't even imagine what it's going to end up becoming, to be honest with you. I'd say it's going to be significantly higher than that. But you can check out these articles yourself. And I always say, if you can't trust anyone, you can trust Forbes, right? They're not going to steer you around. But also have a look at this. When we look at how many people are purchasing online through social media, it tells us a lot. And this is why I'm saying to you, we can even see it ourselves, given, I don't think Black Friday, all my shopping was done online. For Christmas, I would say probably 70% of it was done online. And in all reality, the only things I think I actually went into the shop for were for the grandkids because they wanted toys. And I wanted just to see them and just to pick them up and have them. So I wasn't worrying about deliveries and all that. But yeah, I think the rest of it was all done online. But like if you look here, it says more than half of Irish consumers influence to make purchases through ads on websites and social media in the run up to Cyber Monday. What does that tell you? 56% of consumers who shopped online in the month before the 1st of December made a purchase directly after clicking on online or social media advertisements. Now, when they say advertisements, that doesn't have to be a physical ad. That can literally be one of my posts where I direct them to go to my profile. You know what I mean? That can be if I have a link in something that I have online. It doesn't actually have to be a physical advertisement. So there is power in your content, you guys. But why digital marketing? Literally anybody can do it. Let's come here. If I can do it in my 40s, and I couldn't even set up my social media accounts when I started. My daughter set them up for me. I was standing at the kitchen table, shaking, petrified at just the thought of publishing out my social media pages because my face had never been on social media before. And this is going back to when you couldn't do it faceless. You can do it faceless now. You couldn't do it faceless then. Especially AI has made everything so much easier, But it's very beginner friendly. There's multiple streams of income available. So there is no excuse for not finding one that works for you. You can add it onto your business if you have one or your job, right? So you can do it alongside your job or you can do it full time. So obviously I did it alongside my job and my business actually until I had replaced my salary. And then it's obviously just become one of my income streams, right? Or two of them, should I say. There's high demand now because there's more people online. There is an extremely low barrier to entry. There's no office needed. Like half the time I'm either sitting at the kitchen table, I could even be in the car. There's generally not a lot of tech involved unless you're going to do something like drop shipping or possibly Etsy. There's a little bit more tech involved in that. You definitely don't need a degree. You do not need experience. You just need a willingness to learn. And there's no huge upfront cost like with other businesses. Because online is the way that things are going. There's a lot more platforms that are a lot more user friendly that don't have massive upfront costs. Like if I think about when I started my coaching business, there was a lot of costs that went into it. Where versus if I was starting it now in 2026, most of them don't exist, which is phenomenal when you think about it, because you would have thought it would have got more. But it hasn't. You don't need stock to hold because everything is digital or downloadable. You can set up your business to run automatically, which is the way I have it, which is why you see them coming in. And I briefly kind of explained to you how it works, which is why you see people talking about working a couple of hours per day. But you get to build to that. That is not going to happen overnight. You get to build to that, okay? But the earning power. So you can make money from your own products or other people's. I personally do both. And sales can obviously happen at any time, not just when you're online. Your earnings are not capped. They're capped by you. You decide. Like, do you know what I mean? Whether it's your mind that stops you, whether it's your willingness to do it, your commitment, what you choose to sell and like what the price points are, like all that stuff is down to you. And obviously you can do it faceless. And when you know how to do it properly, your working hours can be between 2 to 4 hours per day. Do you know, they can be, but that's down to you. Like that's if you're going into this going, well, I'm just going to do 30 minutes here and there, don't bother. Like that's the honest thing. Don't bother, because if you haven't done this before, then you've got to learn how to do it and you've got to put your energy and effort into it. When I first started doing it, I used to do it in the morning before I went to work. So I did a couple of hours in the morning, and then when Leah went to bed, to be honest with you, I just found it really addictive. So I was doing it after she went to bed. I'd spend probably about an hour and a half doing it after she went to bed. You get sucked in, right? It's impossible not to. But here's the catch, because I know everybody's going, well, there has to be a catch. Of course there is. All of these benefits will only apply to you if you actually know what you're doing. If you don't, then digital marketing is just another thing that you tried that didn't work. And we're all way too familiar with that. It's like we give up way too easily, right? But in my opinion, the fastest way to start, notice what I said, the fastest way to start, the income stream with the lowest barrier to entry is affiliate marketing by a long shot, because we don't have to create our own product. We don't have to deal with customer service because we don't own the product or service, right? We don't have to deal with fulfillment because we don't own the product or service. Somebody else has already proven that it works. Amazing. And you can earn between 10 and 85% commission. I personally am only affiliates for places that have a higher commission, okay? But here's why most people mess it up, is because they do it the hard way versus the smart way. So if you take anything from this, please take this. The hard way is when you do low tickets. So we kind of talked about that already, is that something is 100 quid or less. The commission is low. So like say between 10 and 30%, usually 20%, which means that you need to make a shit ton of sales in order to be able to generate even 5K a month. 258 sales. That's a lot for a beginner, okay? A lot. And also then they try and figure it out alone, no support when you get stuck, and then you waste months in trial and error, should I say. The smart way is doing things that are higher priced, okay? So when we say ticket, we mean price. So things that are slightly higher priced, so 300 quid or above. And also the commission is higher, meaning the commission is in your favor. So it's above 50%. You want to be in this space, okay? And the reason why companies, okay, first of all, it costs an awful lot to be able to do advertising, okay? Paid advertisement costs a lot. Companies bring in affiliates because it actually works out cheaper, okay? To be able to do it, because it means that there's more people selling for you and they're also getting a commission for it. Great, right? Plus they don't have to worry about the fulfillment of it, the company does. So you want to be in a place that is slightly higher priced and has a higher commission, okay? So above 50%. Because that means then, right, you need about 15 sales per month to make 5K. That's a massive difference than 258 sales, okay? Massive difference. Think you're a beginner. You need to learn how to do all of these things. Would you rather have to figure out how to make 258 sales or how to make 15 sales? I know which one I'd pick, right? And then you follow a proven system, get support from people who have done it, and have the ability to make money while you learn. This is key. So then you have to ask yourself, which path are you going to take? Most people think the least resistance is in the hard way. It's honestly not, because you'll be hard pressed to find somebody who started off in this space and was able to get to this pretty quickly. You know? I take off that. I don't even know how to. I'll leave it be. A little finger. Okay, but here's the reality. You can try it the hard way first and waste months trying to figure it out. Like I've said, yeah, I've had so many people save my videos on TikTok and then come back to me. Or you can have a proven system that teaches you how to choose the right affiliate products. Like I said, you do not have to sell your own products because most people haven't got a clue what they want to sell at the beginning. So you can just pick an affiliate product, and when you know ones that are already working, when you have access to ones that are already working, it really changes the game. When you know how to create content that actually converts, when you know how to build an audience that trusts you, when you know how to make sales without feeling salesy, and how to do all of this while working alongside your 9-to-5. And the system that helps you do that is Digital Wealth Academy, because it does change everything. And I'm going to show you inside it in a little bit. So Digital Wealth Academy is a course and it breaks everything down. But I have to say, Rachel Jova, I'll talk to you about in a second, owns this program. And she is one of the most generous women I've ever met. She is consistently going out of her way to make sure that the students in there are supported. So she's a mum of two. She's a multimillionaire. Fair play to her because her kiddos are pretty small. And she started out by doing affiliate marketing and then added on her own digital products and created Digital Wealth Academy. This is how this all started, because she wanted to be able to teach people all the things that she had learned and how to do it step by step. So it is the #1 digital marketing education for beginners out there. It teaches you 15 different income streams. So what I mean by that is it teaches you how to do affiliate marketing. It teaches you how to create your own digital products. It teaches you how to use AI, teaches you how to do TikTok Shop, teaches you how to use Etsy, Shopify, like those kind of things, teaches you how to do them. Brand deals, UGC. There's loads of them in there. And it shows you exactly how to set everything up step by step, which is what you need as a beginner. Second thing is they allow you to be an affiliate for them, which means that if you wanted to, earn while you were learning, then you can get 85% commission. That's a lot, right? 85% commission is a lot. Happy to be in a space where anything is above 50%, but when it's 85%, that should always be a yes, please, which means that you can promote DWA while you're learning digital marketing and decide on your income streams because you have access to it all. It's teaching you everything. Remember what I said to you, learn how to do one type of affiliate or as type of digital marketing and then add on the rest. Imagine you learn how to do affiliate marketing. How many different pieces of affiliate marketing do you think you can add on? A lot, right? I have multiple different places that I'm an affiliate for just under the affiliate marketing umbrella. That's the space that you want to be in. Now, if you were being an affiliate for DWA, just for example, remember what I said to you about like being smart about that higher ticket, high commission. So you would get $422 per sale. So in Ireland, it works out anywhere, depending on the exchange rate, it could be anywhere between 320 and 350 per sale. That'd be 14 sales in a month to be 5K. And I'm not saying you have to do it. I'm just showing you this is an example. I've already shared with you the other affiliate ways that you can do it. And there is ways that you can do it much harder. Okay. But they teach you high ticket affiliate marketing as well as low ticket. But it's not just the training, it's the complete system because they teach you step by step exactly how to do it. It's a proven system. Many of us are earning with digital marketing, right? I've showed you my results. And you can see it's not just buying a course to resell a course. I have multiple different ways that I earn. There's live onboarding calls to help you get started. This is golden. When you know exactly what to focus on, when you know exactly what to do you think that you would move? Of course you would. They also do monthly social media audits. So imagine having somebody looking at your content. So you go onto the call, you ask for support with your social media, they look at your content and they tell you what to change. Yes, please. And you're surrounded by a community of people doing the exact same thing. Amazing. Because we need to be in a space where people are working on digital marketing that, they're going after their goals, they're going after their dreams. Because if you don't have that support that's there around you, when things get hard, what do you think is going to happen? You're going to fall off the bandwagon, right? And then they also do sales challenges with step-by-step actions. So they tell you exactly what to post. There's one running right now. Today is day one of their sales challenge, which is so cool. And I've actually seen the post already where they're telling you exactly what to post step by step, telling you what to post in your stories, telling you what to post in a video, telling you what to post on your grid. They're telling you what to do, and then they're telling you how to have the conversations, which is amazing, right? So if you're a beginner and being told exactly what to do you think that would be helpful? Of course it would, right? Of course it would. And there's thousands of students in there. There's like 135,000. So they're stay-at-home mums, they're working 9-to-5s, various backgrounds. There's hundreds of 6-figure earners, multiple 7-figure earners. They're from all countries, all over the world. So it's not theory, it's proven. Like these are just some of the results from inside of there, just a handful. So there's somebody that went from doubting herself to building a 80K digital brand. Amazing. From 0 to 30K as a single mom. Amazing. Just crossed 6,900 followers and 60K in income. Like, so amazing. There's somebody who's done $250,000. First 25K month from $17 as a first sale. And she's doing it baseless. There's somebody else who's just done over 19K. There's somebody who's done 300K, just closed 70K in sales. And there's somebody else with a win update. I just hit 4,500 within 4 weeks. So, these are real people that are in there. And like I've said, these are just some of my digital marketing results. These are the ones from 2026. This one, so in case anybody's like, this is just buying a course, resell a course, like I said, I'm going to show you inside of here. This one here is just from the commissions in DWA. All of these, this is from System.io. These are my own digital products. These are a mixture of different ones. These are my own digital products and these are my own digital products. They just happen to come in through different ways. But these are also results from people who've joined through me in the last few months. So you can see that somebody else has made her first sale from a live, she's selling DWA. There's somebody who's made 5 sales. 5 sales in the space of a day. 5 sales. Somebody who had a sale coming in from an email, which DWA teach you. There's somebody who's this person here. She sold 2 of her guides on the first weekend that I launched, which I thought was incredible. There's somebody else who's this person here. See this person here, where it says I've set up a second IG account for Faceless. When I tell you, she like was so scared when she started, zero tech skills. Like she was one of these ones I get messages from going, I think I pushed the wrong button. I've totally messed it up. Oh my goodness, what have I done? Like pure panic stations. So she not only started posting and learned how to create content, she set up a second IG account and she created her own digital product and sold to, actually was 2 or 3 of them in her first weekend. That's amazing. Do you know what I mean? Like that's amazing. But again, disclaimer, the results from digital marketing that are being shared are not guaranteed. No one can guarantee you earnings from a business. It's not a get rich quick scheme. There is no such thing. Digital marketing is a business, and like any business, you will obviously have to put in work, and any results shown are to show you what I and others have achieved and to show you what is possible. But if you do decide that you want to join Digital Wealth Academy, when you join through me, you are getting me as a bonus. And let me just tell you what that means for you. So you get my Kickstarter bundle, which is incredible. You will get 12 months inside my private Telegram group, which is a much smaller group. There's 40 people in there, which means that you can ask me for support in every day. Just put in your questions in there. And, you know, I share different motivational pieces when I find something that's working for me. I also share that with you. I do monthly Q&A calls as well, which is a nice small group so that you can come and you can ask me questions directly, you know, so that you don't feel like you're getting lost in the big group. You can have me. I also give you 3,600 Faceless reels ready to use, my exact welcome email sequence, which is helpful, so that you don't have to create your own emails. You can just literally just copy mine. My 4 most viral TikTok videos, so that you can see exactly what works. Like I give you the, you know, the writing that would go on the screen, the hook, those kind of things, and then I give you all the scripts that I use. But again, I'm going to give you also a fast action bonus. So if you join in the next 48 hours, I'll also do a 30-minute one-to-one call with you to map out your first 30 days. So I will tell you exactly what to do, and I will break it down for you on a checklist so that you can tick it off as you're going along. You'll have the modules inside DWA, and then you'll also have this checklist so that you can make sure that you're on the right track and that you're moving, and that you know that you've covered the pieces that you want to cover, basically. But the common fears, let's address them. Right? There's no point in pretending that they don't exist, because they do. The first one being it's a scam. Now, obviously, I talked about this a little bit at the beginning, but Forbes have done multiple articles about it. UCD, right? You guys who know UCD here in Ireland know that they have, sorry, not that you would know this, but you know who they are. You know who UCD is. They have created a digital marketing course, but it is specific around employment, not about all the different income streams that are there. And obviously, there's thousands of real people earning real money, right? We all say otherwise. It's a pyramid scheme, right? Whenever somebody comes out with this, I really don't think people actually fully understand what it means. You're not recruiting. It's not even like network marketing. You're not recruiting. So if, for example, you were to join Digital Wealth Academy, do I get a commission? Yeah, I do. If you then decide that you want to sell Digital Wealth Academy, do I get a commission because you get a commission? No, I don't. Commissions they're individual, right? That's what affiliate marketing is. But you're not recruiting. You're literally learning a skill and you're promoting products which are either yours or somebody else's. You get to choose. That's not a pyramid scheme. The market is saturated. It's really not. There's 8 billion people in the world. It couldn't possibly be saturated. And with the speed in which AI is done, just not possible. But 105 new people join my email list every month from TikTok. So that will tell you the endless demand. And I'll also tell you this. I hear every single solitary week, Joanne, you're the first Irish person I've heard talking about this. That in no way means that the market is saturated, right? It means there's a massive gap out there, and I shouldn't be the only one that's capitalizing on it. Another one is I'm not good at selling. None of us are when we start. Like literally none of us are. I literally used to be so scared about it. I couldn't even have conversations with people, but that's what DWA teaches you. And they even tell you, they teach you how to have conversations with people. And I'm not talking about cold DMing people. I'm not talking about you contacting people that you've never had a conversation with before. I'm talking about when somebody comes to you, they tell you how to respond to them. Another one is I don't have the confidence. Neither did I. I think most people don't, right? Courage comes before confidence. Confidence only comes when you're competent at something. So the courage comes first. And then the last one then is just buying a course to resell a course. I'm 100% wrong, right? Factually incorrect. Are there some courses out there that you just buy to resell? Yeah, of course there are. This one is different. I'll show it to you now in a second. But you're learning real skills. They're also breaking down 15 different ways that you can earn with digital marketing. And of course, you can resell the course if you want, but you don't have to. Nobody is making you. Nor is it all that they teach, right? It's a teeny tiny section of it. But mistakes beginners make and how DWA helps you avoid them. So the first one is trying to do it alone. Obviously, DWA gives you a community and that you have live support between onboarding calls plus the challenges that they do, the sales challenges. Like I said, there's one that's literally started today. Another one is choosing low ticket products. So DWA teaches you high ticket affiliate marketing and they will teach you low ticket, but they also teach how to set up your own digital products and how to create multiple streams of income. They also teach how to automate it as well. Beginners don't have a proven system. DWA is the proven system, right? The testimonials prove that. Beginners give up after 2 weeks. DWA gives you the support to keep going. Like, you've lifetime access to the course. It's going nowhere. And since I've been in there, Rachel has added more and more and more stuff to be able to support, because brand deals was added. That wasn't in there before. She added that, and she added a section around TikTok too, which wasn't in there before. So she is constantly updating it. And then the last one then is waiting to feel ready. You honestly never feel ready. There's no such thing. Ready is a decision. It's a decision. And honestly, deciding to start is actually the hardest part, because it requires us to trust in ourselves, right? We have to trust that we're going to follow through and that, you know, we are going to do whatever it takes to make it happen. That's really what the key thing comes down to. But obviously, start now, you have guidance along the way. So here's the choice in front of you. Path one is that you do it yourself. You spend 6 to 12 months figuring it out, waste money on products that don't convert, get stuck on something and you've got nobody to help you, and probably quit before you see results. Or path two is follow the proven system, which would be join DWA, get step-by-step training. So it's all broken down in there. Also get my support alongside you. The ability to earn while you learn by being an affiliate for them if you choose, right? Some people don't. Some people choose not to. And then actually build something real that's going to stand to you for a long time. But what happens if you don't start today, right? And that's totally your choice. But what happens if you don't start today? 6 months from now, you probably will be in the same place, same job, same stress, same Sunday night anxiety, right? Same, we've got an Easter, long weekend of Easter coming up here. It'll probably be the same when you head into next week, right? Watching other people build online businesses while you're still thinking about it. This is real for a lot of people, right? It's like, I'll think about it. I'll look at it at the weekend and then the weekend passes by. I'll look at it when I have time off and then that passes by. We don't actually make it a priority. Or 6 months from now, you could have possibly made your first 1K, 2K, or even 5K a month, right? You have an income stream that pays you over and over. You could have the freedom to say yes to things without checking your bank account. You could be the proof that you can actually do this. Like, life cannot change if you keep doing the same things, you know? The only difference between those two futures is the decision that you make today. So here's what to do next, right? I'm going to drop the link here for Digital Wealth Academy. So it's either pay in full $497, which is pittance when you see what's in there, right? Now, I'm not saying $497 is pittance. I'm saying the value that you get in there is way above $497, way above it. Or you can do a pay on plan of 169 by 3. Now in euros, obviously it depends on the exchange rate. So I'm not 100% sure. You'd have to work that out because it changes obviously day by day. But there is buy now, pay later options too, regardless of what country you're in. You can send me a message or reply to the email when you're in, so that I know you're in, and then I can give you my bundle that we just talked about. So I can give you the link for the Telegram group, give you the link to book your Kickstarter call with me, and then you can obviously, you'll have access to DWA the moment that you pay, so you'll be able to start applying what you are learning, which is really exciting. Let me show you inside DWA, and you guys, if you have any questions, start dropping them into the chat now. I'm just going to open up DWA so that you can see inside it. I'll go over and have a look on YouTube now in a second, but this is Digital Wealth Academy, so you can see here's the challenge that they've already started. They did a setup call yesterday and they have the recording up. And then an opportunity call is basically where people that are interested in DWA can just come onto a call and just see about it. So here is the classroom. So here's everything inside of here, okay? So remember I said to you, only a small section of this is specific to DWA. Everything else is digital marketing. So mindset, intro to digital marketing. If you did want to be an affiliate for DWA, these ones here are the ones that you're worried about. Everything else is just normal digital marketing, okay? System.io is your email system that you will use. And here's a key thing, you guys. System.io, you can also be an affiliate for. So I was an affiliate for System.io way before I ever joined Digital Wealth Academy. And they have 60% lifetime commission. Don't snooze on that. Do not snooze on that, okay? So there's 2 affiliate commissions you could have before you do anything. Here's where they go through your digital product crash course. This creator's playbook is insane. They teach you how to do everything when it comes to creating content. And I mean everything, even down to the, you know, the writing, the text that does be on videos, that, how to build up trust with your audience, email marketing, how to brand yourself, attraction marketing, selling your stories, selling your DMs, how to do a faceless. Like there's so much inside of here. If you're big into AI, they break down AI, teach you to create your own digital products, brand deals, UGC, affiliate marketing, TikTok shop, creating your own course, high ticket sales, drop shipping, section here on ChatGPT, how to monetize with YouTube, monetize with Amazon. Like there's so much in here. And there's also print on demand, selling on Facebook. And then there is a PLR vault here, which means that everything inside of here is a product that you can resell for 100% profit. So they're done for you already, which is incredible. And then here you can see that there is a phenomenal amount of calls to be able to support you. So there's no excuse for having to try and figure it out on your own, right? You can 100% get the support that you need. And honestly, Digital Wealth Academy is such a phenomenal way to be able to start because it breaks down everything for you. You do not need to buy other courses because everything is in there, from Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest is in there, Facebook is in there. And because they're also teaching you how to be able to market and to be able to make sales and to brand yourself, what else could you possibly need? Do you know, they even added on another module at the beginning of the year for people that are more advanced. They added on ads. So if you want to be able to run ads, they show you how to do that too. Like that is phenomenal. For $497, it is a no-brainer. So let me drop the link here in the chat for you. And for anybody on YouTube, I will drop it there for you guys in a second. And then any questions that you have, let me know. Okay, so there's the link that's there. All right, let me just quickly go over to YouTube and see if there's any questions. No. And I can see there's people on live there. No. Okay, you guys. So there is it. Let me actually just put the link here for Digital Wealth Academy. If you guys have any questions after this, you know where to find me on YouTube. Respond to the comments underneath. Any of you guys that are on here with me, an email will be going out with the details. All right. Have an amazing evening, you guys. Talk to you later. And for those of you